Bonjour classe, bienvenue. Bonjour à tous. Hello everyone. Today, on va parler au sujet des accents. So today we are going to talk about accents in French. I know you've seen them before. You've seen me type them. You've seen them in words that we've already talked about. So today we are going to talk about accents and what they mean and how to form them. So up here I have a little accent head, and so I have la tête des accents. So this is the accent head. And this just helps me to kind of show you exactly what those accents are and what they look like. So we're going to fill this out together, and then I'm going to post a blank copy in Google Classroom later in the week, so that way you can practice and fill it out for extra practice that way. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one I want to talk about is at the very top here, and it looks like he has a hat on. And so this accent is the circumflex. So I'm going to write out circumflex. So circumflex. And that just makes this motion, or it makes that accent. And so this usually replaces the S in French. So an example of that is like forêt. So I'll write it over here, forêt, which means forest in French. And so when I make that accent, it just technically replaces that S. The next one that I want to talk about, and I'm going to change my pen color here, is this one with his left eye. So this is the aigu. So this is accent aigu. And this accent makes an A sound. So anytime you see a word with this accent, it makes an A sound. I could say like, an example, like elephant. So if I write it over here, elephant. So elephant, it just makes the word go up, and it makes like an A sound. The next one I want to talk about is his other eye. And so this one is the accent grave. And so the accent grave brings the word down. It makes it sound a little bit deeper. And a helpful hint with this one is that it points to a grave. So that might help you remember it. Points to a grave. And so we have an example over here that you've seen lots of times before is the word très. So you can kind of hear how I bring my voice down. So très makes it bring it down a little bit. Next one that we have is his nose. And so my arrow is a little off, but it's pointing to this one. And so this is the tréma. That one's kind of hard to pronounce. So tréma. And so a word that you've seen a lot of times with this accent, even in English, is the word Noël. And it's just 2 dots. So Noël, which means Christmas. We have one more accent, and it's this one right here. And so this one is the CD. And the CD makes things sound like an S, like a soft sound. So I give you the example. We have ça va. So if I don't put my CD on the bottom there, it sounds like ca va. And so we don't want that. So it makes an S sound. It makes it sound softer. So real quick review for today. We have the circumflex up at top. And so the circumflex replaces the S pretty much in French. So an example that we had was forêt. So forêt in French means forest. And so you can see that the circumflex kind of replaces that S. The next one that we had was the accent aigu. And so the aigu makes an A sound, and it points upward. If that helps you remember that it points upward, that might be helpful. Next, we have the accent grave. And so accent grave points down towards a grave, if that helps you remember that. And so the accent grave points to a grave, and it just makes us pronounce the word a little bit deeper than normal. And the tréma are these 2 dots right here, and they go usually above vowels. So we'll talk more about like where they go and what letters they go about on Wednesday. But for today, I just wanted you to be able to see exactly what these accents are called and what they look like. And then the last one that we talked about was the CD. And so the CD down here is that second half of the 5. Basically, if you take a 5 and you draw a 5, and then you just erase this top half, that's the CD. And so the SADI makes the C sound like an S rather than it being a hard K sound like it is in English. So that's it for the accents today. That's pretty short and sweet video for today. On Wednesday, we'll talk more about where the accents go, more specifically on what letters they go and things that you'll usually find them on. But I wanted for today to just be able to show you what those accents look like and their names so you can start recognizing them. And then we'll talk on Wednesday about what letters they usually go on. C'est tout et à plus. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. But that's it, and I'll see you later.